Unit 4. Listening. Exercise 2. Speaker 1. When I was at school, dyslexia wasn't even in people's vocabulary. I just thought I was slow or stupid, as some of my teachers would regularly point out. It makes me sad to think back to that time, but at least I know that now kids with the same condition can get the help they need. I was an angry, confused teenager, and no one at school believed I would ever do well at anything. After I'd left school, though, I was really determined to show everyone how wrong they were. I went to catering school, worked my socks off every step of the way, and to cut a long story short, here I am. I own 2 restaurants, I've got my own cooking program on TV, and my 5th book's coming out next month. Not bad, eh? Speaker 2.
Being the middle child in my family, I felt I had to compete for recognition. My older sister, Tricia, is a really talented musician, and my younger sister, Beth, was, and still is, the prettiest. I decided to draw attention to myself by being the brainiest of the 3. I was obsessed with my grades and would become physically sick if anyone managed to do better than I did. I almost always chose studying over hanging out with friends, to the point where my parents got quite worried about me. I'm glad to say I'm not as bad now. Although I don't actually regret my childhood, I wish I had been slightly more relaxed and had allowed myself a bit more fun.
Speaker 3. When I was 13, I was sent to boarding school in the UK. I was absolutely determined to hate it. I thought I'd starve myself and do badly in class during the first term so that my parents would see how thin and miserable I was and regret their decision. Unfortunately, ours must have been the only school on the planet serving good, tasty food, and I was a rapidly growing boy. Meeting my 2 best friends on day 1 also put a dent in my plans. Then I became the hero of the hockey team, won the school 4 cups in a row, and the rest is history. I can't say that everything was perfect. I still missed being with my family, and I had a terrible time with algebra, but I failed horribly to be miserable. Speaker 4. I was such an idiot when I was at school. I thought I knew better than everyone else, and that school was for losers. I was the class clown, which made me very popular with the other kids, but did nothing for my grades. I can't count how many times I was suspended for doing stupid things. I was only happy when I was playing football, and although our coach said I was brilliant, I didn't have enough discipline to do anything with that either. I eventually quit, and as a school leaver without qualifications, finding a decent job was always extremely difficult. I'm not doing too badly where I am now, but it's frustrating to think that I'm the only one to blame for failing to get an education. Speaker 5.
I'd always wanted to be a teacher, mainly because I had the good fortune to be educated by brilliant and inspiring teachers. I felt they cared for me, not only academically, but as a person in my own right. They helped me grow into a well-adjusted, caring adult, and that's exactly what I want to pass on to my own students. During my first 4 years teaching at primary school, I've been surprised by how varied students' abilities are. I feel a huge sense of joy whenever I'm able to help students who are battling with learning disabilities, for example, and at a complete loss when I can't do the same for others. That's why I decided to go back to university. I want to be able to help them all. I'm getting my master's degree in special education in 3 months.